Notice anything?
Shout out to the person who made this, by the way. Thank you for making kids IQ more than 1.
Odd. Let's zoom in here. You notice this small piece of land that belongs to Russia, but is completely surrounded by NATO countries. Hey, this used to be mine. Relax, this is my fortress now. This is the Kaliningrad region of Russia, 400 kilometers from the mainland. It's completely surrounded by enemy countries, and it's one of the hottest points in Europe. But how did we get here? Let's wind back a few centuries. It's the 18th century, and this city is called...
Okay, yeah, so before we got to this point, yeah, Germany was actually right. This did used to be German land, and it was until after World War II. Yeah. So yeah, he was actually right.
Königsberg, and it's the center of the recently powerful country of Prussia. So it wasn't Russian, it wasn't German. Famous German people were born here, like the philosopher Immanuel Kant, or the first Prussian king, Frederick I. Wait, are you telling me that one day of my greatest enemies, Russia, will control my beloved city? Königsberg was later part of the German Empire, and after World War I, it was still part of Germany, though disconnected from the mainland. Actually, one of the reasons Germany invaded...
Sorry guys, they're gonna get demonetized just from watching this video. I'm sorry guys.
Poland was that it wanted a land connection with the city. As we all know, Germany invaded Russia, and it went badly for them
as we all know, bro lost World War II badly. Because bro got invaded from all sides, pretty much.
4 years later, Soviets were laying siege to Königsberg. After the war, the Allies decided that this part will no longer belong to Germany. What are we going to do with Königsberg? Should we give it to Poland? I think I should get the city and the surrounding areas.
I know this doesn't make sense, but yeah, that's true.
The Allies couldn't oppose the Soviet demand, so the area known as East Prussia was split between Poland and the USSR, and the city of Königsberg was to be a part of the Russian Soviet Republic in the USSR. The main reason Russia wanted this city was not to punish Germany, although that is partially true, but it was rather to gain access to an ice-free port. You see, the one thing you may not know about Russia is that it gets very cold in the winter, and the main...
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why Napoleon lost the war against Russia.
Ports as Arkhangelsk and St. Petersburg freeze during the winter, so trading becomes impossible. Having an ice-free port in the middle of the Baltic strengthens Russia's geopolitical position.
Sorry, Dan, pausing it so much, I'll stop now.
In the sea. But wait, this is land not connected to Russia, you may say. Isn't managing it difficult when it's not connected to the mainland? Why didn't USSR give it to Poland or Lithuania, a Soviet republic at the time, who were way closer to Königsberg? Well, in our world, country borders are not decided by ethnicity, historical justice, or general...
Unless you declare war. Okay, I lied about what I said.
Logic. They're decided by who conquered it. And in our case, the Russians laid a 3-month bloody siege of the city, so it's in their right to control it. Another reason why was that the Russians didn't trust neither Poland or Lithuania enough to give them such a big strategic city. The city was historically German, so Lithuania and Poland did not have a historical leverage of owning it. This, combined by the icy ports problem, made the Soviets incorporate the land into the Russian SFR. The city was renamed to Kaliningrad. This was one of the most devastating...
Okay. It's actually what it looks like. I actually don't want to visit Russia.
Cities after the war, and the destroyed German architecture wasn't repaired, but rather replaced by Soviet-style buildings. Next, the Soviets had to think about what to do with all the Germans living there. The answer was easy, but brutal. Mass deportation. Kaliningrad had around 130,000 Germans living there before the war, and by 1950 it was less than 5,000. This population was replaced by primarily Russians, but also Ukrainians and Belarusians. Everything in the city was replaced, so if you visited Königsberg 10 years before, you wouldn't even recognize it. This made it a truly Russian city, and it stayed like that. It wasn't a problem though, since Lithuania and Latvia were part of the Soviet Union, and therefore it wasn't an exclave. But for the next 45 years, Kaliningrad became a ghost on the map.
On Booking.com, it's easy to go for
Oh,
home.
that. Bro, why is there always an ad for
It's a
more
holiday home. For no sneaky added fees, go to Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
This video
Cat
may
food.
be long.
Arriving today with Amazon
Don't
Prime.
give me got the
That's off your
ads,
mind.
dude.
We are one quarter into 2026, and AI is already hiring humans to handle its tasks, launching models that can process databases in seconds, and co-working agents that feel like a replacement on a slow day. Let me introduce you to Outskill. It's an AI-focused education platform designed to help you actually apply AI in your own work, and it's already impacted over 10 million people across 100+ countries. And the best part? It's completely free, so you can explore, learn, and see real value. Outskill's 2-day live AI Mastermind is happening this weekend, 16 hours from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday and Sunday, designed for a global audience with a well-suited time. It condenses the experience of 100+ practitioners from companies like NVIDIA and Microsoft who have witnessed and built through the AI boom. Their main focus is this: to make you AI independent, to understand exhaustion gaps in AI space and keep you up to
It's
date.
like a rebellion,
To
right?
increase your earning potential by implementing AI in just 16 hours, here's what you're going to master. Building AI agents that plan, execute, and report for you. Automating workflows that run even while you're asleep. Connecting tools like Sheets, Notions, etc. to create profitable systems. Using AI can save you hours every week and get you unfair advantages at work. So, why settle for less when you can kick back with free bonuses worth $5,000? Which includes an amazing AI prompt Bible, a personalized AI toolkit builder, and even a roadmap to gain profit
when is
through
this
AI
out?
that will top up your AI learning experiences
I
with
wanna
them.
learn why Kaliningrad
Also,
is
right now,
so-
just by registering, you're going to get access to their exclusive AI survival hack
Nah,
book,
screw
which itself
it.
will keep you informed by joining their WhatsApp community before the big blast. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union designated it as a closed city. It was so secretive that even regular Soviet citizens couldn't visit their relatives there without a special government permit. It was a massive military base disguised as a city. This secrecy is exactly why the Soviets didn't care about the old German architecture. They viewed the ruins of Königsberg not as historical landmarks, but as enemy heritage that had to be buried under gray, functional Soviet.
Okay, if I lived in Kaliningrad back in the Soviet Union time, I would literally scream.
Concrete. Speaking of things buried under the concrete, there is a golden mystery that still haunts treasure hunters today. Before the
What
war,
is that?
Königsberg was home to the legendary Amber Room, known as the 8th wonder of the world. It was a magnificent chamber made entirely of amber panels, gold leaf, and precious stones. The Nazis looted it from a palace near St. Petersburg and brought it here in 1941. But when the Soviets finally broke into the city in 1945, the Amber Room had vanished. Did the Germans hide it in a secret bunker? Was it loaded onto a ship that sank? Or was it accidentally destroyed by the heavy Soviet artillery? To this day, people are still searching the basements and tunnels of Kaliningrad, hoping to find a treasure worth over $500 million.
That's a lot of money.
Here's the crazy part. Russia actually tried to give Kaliningrad away. In the
What do you think,
1950s, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev offered the territory to Lithuania. Hey, Lithuania, you right next door. Why don't you take Kaliningrad as gift? Let me see. How many people live there? Oh, about 600,000. Almost all of them are Russian. Oh, no thank you. My population is mostly Lithuanian right now. If I take Kaliningrad, suddenly 1/3 of my country will be Russian. So, is more land. No, it's a trap. If I have such a massive Russian minority, Moscow will have an excuse to interfere in my business forever to protect them. I'd rather stay small and Lithuanian than big and impossible to govern. Keep your gift, Russia. Lithuania refused to take the city, so it stayed as a part of Russia in the Soviet Union. After the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia still controlled it. But the difference now was that Russia was not aligned neither with Poland nor the Baltic states, and the land travel from Moscow to Kaliningrad was no longer possible. This made Kaliningrad very vulnerable in the case of a military invasion. So, Russia started investing into its defense. But wait, didn't Germany try to get their city back? Well, no. We all know the desire Germany has to conquer lands and expand its territory. But this time, they weren't the same Germany from the past. So, they renounced their claims to any formerly owned lands. This made the city undoubtedly Russian, and not less part of Russia than the mainland. Think of it like the USA and Alaska. This city today does not stand like a hard-earned trophy from the Second World War. It's highly militarized, and one of the most dangerous places in case of war between NATO and Russia. Why? Well, let's look at the map of the factions again. Here is NATO, and here is Russia. The distance between Kaliningrad and Russia is around 400 kilometers. But wait, doesn't Russia have allies? Well, yes, it does. One of Russia's allies is Belarus, and as we take that into consideration, the gap becomes smaller, around 67 kilometers at its narrowest. This is called the Suwalki Gap, and military experts call this the most dangerous place on Earth. If a war started, Russia could attack from both Kaliningrad and Belarus at the same time, closing the gap and cutting off the Baltic states from the rest of NATO in hours. Is my unsinkable aircraft carrier.
Oh my
If you
God.
enjoyed this history breakdown, be sure to hit